Hello, everyone, and welcome to my presentation. The title of my project is Centering Disability Justice, Writing Centers as Change Agents for Their Institution. I am Christopher Longo, a junior at Goucher College, and this project was supervised by Lana Oweda, director of our Writing Center. So for my project, I wanted to ask three main questions, which are, how is the Writing Center working towards enacting disability justice? How do these efforts complement the work of the Accessibility Services Office on campus? And is the Writing Center's ability to influence disability justice limited only to their space? So basically, I wanted to find out how different populations on campus view different disability justice, and also find out how much agency the Writing Center has themselves in enacting disability justice through their actions. So phase one was conducted in fall of 2021. I interviewed tutors at the Writing Center and the head of the Office of Accessibility Services, just comparing their initiatives, their goals, and their efforts in enacting disability justice. And so phase two is what I'm currently working on, and that is reaching out to students, interviewing them, gauging their perspective of the Writing Center in foregrounding disability justice across campus. And so what I found through interviewing these two populations thus far is that they have the same goals, but they're under different approaches. So while the Office of Accessibility Services is very formal in their approach, they're able to give students the ability to use their accessibility services in any area across campus. So it may be a little bit more arduous for them to request a specific service, and it could be approved or denied, but they get that access to that accessibility service no matter where they go. However, at the Writing Center, it's far more informal. So you can basically just go up to your tutor after scheduling a session with them, and the tutor will very likely be able to accommodate whatever you ask for, as long as it's within their reach. But again, that does not exist outside of the Writing Center. So the Office of Accessibility Services is your only way to reach other academic spaces across campus. However, there is some synergy between these two populations as well. So the Office of Accessibility Services and the Writing Center tutors agree that educating the campus on disability justice is needed, and that includes the students and the faculty. And going off of the prior point, creating greater cohesiveness across campus. So certain areas may not be accessible to people because of certain specific physical disabilities. So how do we tackle that as Writing Center tutors is a bit difficult. However, the Office of Accessibility Services is able to create change in that way. So working together, if Writing Center tutors are able to acknowledge this issue, the Office of Accessibility Services can enact that change for us. And so there's also three main takeaways that I was able to gather from my research. The Office of Accessibility Services and Writing Center tutors are aligned under similar goals. However, their actions are found under different areas of enacting disability justice. So again, just going off of that prior point, the Office of Accessibility Services is far more formal, but the Writing Center is far more flexible in their approach. And thorough tutor training and working as tutors, students develop the ability to advocate for themselves and others. So when I was interviewing a few of the tutors at the Writing Center, they noted how their perspective was reinforced by becoming a tutor. So they always kind of viewed the accessibility services process as a little bit difficult, and working at the Writing Center only affirmed that. But also their training made it so that they were able to advocate for themselves better and then encourage other students to advocate for themselves. So all in all, this makes the Writing Center, even though it's only directly impacting the people who actually make sessions with them, it's creating change in areas that are not the Writing Center. And lastly, liberal arts institutions can benefit from a smaller population size so that they're able to reach their population far easier. However, this is difficult to inspire change because exposure can be limited compared to a larger institution. So at Goucher College, we have this semester just under 1,000 individuals enrolled. So even though it's far easier to reach 1,000 individuals compared to 20,000, say, at a university, our exposure is also limited in this regard. So we may not have the brevity of accessibility services compared to, say, a larger institution like Towson University, which is right near us. So yeah, thank you so much for listening to my research, and